As parents, we get so much joy and excitement watching our children take on their milestones from sitting up to rolling over, crawling, and walking. But truly, there's nothing better than hearing your child's first words. But what if those precious milestones seem to be delayed? If you found yourself worried about your child's speech development, you're not alone. Speech delays affect 5 to 10% of preschool aged children, with boys being 3 to 4 times more likely to be affected than girls. But here's something that might surprise you. The root cause of many speech delays could be linked to events that happened during birth. Today, we're going to explore an often overlooked factor in speech delays and introduce you to a groundbreaking approach that goes even deeper than speech therapy and OT to fully address the root cause of speech delays. This video will be especially powerful for families who are already perhaps many months or even years into speech therapy and have seen some great improvements and gains, but have plateaued or not progressed at the rate and level that you're looking for just yet. We'll be discussing the surprising link between birth interventions and speech delays and how neurologically focused chiropractic care can address the root cause of these delays. You'll learn about a holistic approach that could complement or even enhance traditional speech therapies. In our practice, we've seen countless parents struggling with their child's speech delays. They've often tried various therapies and interventions, but the progress is slow or inconsistent. What many don't realize is that speech delays can often be traced back to birth trauma. When we dive into the case histories of our patient population struggling with speech delays, well over 80 to 90% of them have some documented birth intervention, such as forceps, vacuum extraction, C-section, or induction. Studies show that birth interventions like forceps, vacuum extraction, and C-sections, which are used in a significant number of deliveries, can potentially cause physical trauma to an infant's upper neck area, which is very delicate. This is the area that the brainstem is in. This trauma can lead to neurological dysfunction and alter the function of the nerves and muscles that control and facilitate speech. The physical twisting and pulling that comes with birth interventions leads to something called subluxation, which is a misalignment of fixation and neuromuscular interference or dysfunction. These subluxations, particularly in the upper neck and brainstem area, can affect the nerves and muscles crucial for speech production. The nervous system controls everything in the body, including speech development. Subluxations can interfere with proper function of the nerves responsible for speech. Traditional speech therapy, while valuable, may not address these underlying neurological issues because their exam and assessment does not look for them. First, there is perception and input or an auditory component of speech. Second, the brain and nervous system must integrate and coordinate or make sense of these inputs. Then the third step is the expression or the output of speech. Subluxation can interfere with each of these steps of speech formation, including the first two, which is why it escapes traditional medical therapy and their assessments. Now, this is not just muscular or structural. While traditional speech therapy looks at speech delays as almost solely a muscular dysfunction issue, muscles are under the control of the nervous system, so the tone and coordination of the nervous system matter massively. Additionally, many providers today will blame tongue ties, oral ties, but even those are often first caused by subluxation and tension or stress on the nerves and nervous system. This is why so many parents report to us that even after doing traditional speech therapy and maybe even tongue and oral tie releases, their children still struggle with speech delays. So how do we find out if we can help? The first step to finding out if we can help a child with speech delays in any way is diving deep into their case history. If we find things like a stressful pregnancy, birth interventions and trauma, difficulty nursing and latching, torticollis, plagiocephaly, chronic ear infections, and so forth, we become extra confident that we can help. The second step is running our neurological insight scans, which help us find and locate subluxation within your child's nervous system. Once we have this information and scan findings, we can then create a personalized and customized care plan for your child and sit down and review those results with you at what's called a report of findings visit. So, if your child is struggling with some speech delays, or you're wondering if maybe neurologically focused chiropractic care can be helpful, go ahead and click on the link in our Instagram bio and we'll be happy to help. You can also send us a DM.